Hey y'all, what's going on? It's the Donald Hall Show again. We back previewing before the season start, talking about a little bit about the 49ers and the Raiders though, rosters and predictions. First we want to start off with the 49ers and the roster they have. Defensively, I think they're not bad. You know, they got some good young talent, you know, up front with Buckner and Solomon Thomas and Armstead, you know, along with Lynch and Dumerville. They got a nice little, you know, front four up there, whatever, though. You know, linebackers with Bowman and Foster, who I think was a steal, though. You know, people was on that shoulder surgery and all that stuff, though, man. But that dude is a stud, man. He was a top 10 talent, man. You know, a lot of people got away from that, but if he healthy, he a real good player, you know, so he gonna help him up front, whatever. Bowman, he got to see how he moving, you know, in the coming weeks when the season, though. See how he really, is he getting back to really being Bowman, or is he just a shell of himself? You know, we got to see, you know, cornerbacks, Robinson from LSU, he's solid, you know, and Dante Johnson on the other side, they okay, you know, they ain't scrubs. And you got Reed, the safeties, Reed and Tart and Jimmy Ward, you know, they okay, you know, but you know, they got a lot of work to do because the guys up front with Buckner and Thomas though and Armstead, if they really can hone their skills and be their top 10 talents where they was drafted at, then they may have something in the future going on, you know, because you got to start young and build though. So that if they can get that area as far as dominating up front, then everything else may fall into place for the defense, you know. So the defense is you know, they okay, you know, as long as they keep the development going though, as far as with them young players. Offense, I like Staley and Trent Brown as far as on the offensive line. The tackles, they Staley, you know, been an all-pro. Trent Brown, a young tackle, right tackle, but he up and coming though. And then you got, they just traded for Lakeland Thomason and Brandon Fresco, the guard. So, you know, they okay. The wide receivers, average. You know, you got Pierre Garcon, you got Victor Bolden Jr. and Bourne and Aldrick Robinson. You got some okay players, but they average at best, and they young though. You know, outside of the Garcon, you know, they average at best. The problem here is with them is with the quarterback position. Brown Hoyer is a backup to me at second or third string easily. You know, so that's where I think they're gonna struggle. Is the most important position is the quarterback position though. Like I've always said though. So, you know, they need to, you know, try to keep them in games, whatever though, with the defense, whatever. But you know, his skill level ain't really high like that though. You know, they're gonna have to run the ball with Hyde, good fullback and use check. You know, but you know, Brown Hoyer he's not gonna win you a lot of games like that. You know, especially if you get down, him trying to bring you back and all that stuff. You know, he able to manage the game maybe at best, but you know, outside of that, you know, they're going to be in trouble because of the quarterback position, though. You know what I'm saying? The development of that position, that's the one position that you got to have, like I always say, ready to go, and that can really lead the team, though. Without that, you can have a bunch of good players, but you got to have that leader who leading that group, man. And to me, he not the player to do that, you know. So at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, they can win maybe 5 or 6 games with him, I would say, you know. So I would say I give him 5 or 6 wins though, with Hoyer being a quarterback, you know. To the Raiders, we know what the offense can do. We know they're explosive. You know, it's gonna be hard to stop us. You know, we can put up 30 anytime, pretty much. You know, but again, it goes back to the defense though. Where are we at? It's week 1 now, so it's time to get rolling. You know, I done talked about it. Now it's time to show. Are we gonna show what we did last year, the last couple years, and in the preseason, or are they gonna have a new leaf on life? You know, because without that, You know, they went 12-4 last year. The ball's got to really bounce your way. And, you know, all the stuff that happened a lot at the end of the game, fourth downs going forward, and, you know, penalties against the other team that got us a couple more wins, though, you know. So I feel like with our team, though, you know, it could be a 10-win season. It can come down from 12 maybe to 10. So, but that relies, to me, on the defense. I feel like the offense is going to put up the numbers, though. But if the defense is still struggling, you know, to get stops and, you know, whatever, it's going to end up taking its toll, though. So hopefully we'll be able to get that cleaned up, you know, because I definitely want to see how, you know, how that's going to work out for us on that, though. So we'll talk more after the week 1 and see what happened both with the Niners and Raiders, though. So I get at y'all. Gone.